du Chien, obviously. They'll be introduced first here at the Dodgeville Gymnasium. Not a bad crowd here tonight. I would think that it being the midweek and we're right near the Christmas holidays might have something to do with some of the folks maybe not being here, but I would say we're about somewhere in the vicinity of about 85% capacity here tonight. The rebound in the hands of Reynolds, and on the fly comes Carl up on the left wing. He kicks it back out high to Twos. Into the hands of Reynolds, way out high on the left side. Reynolds goes around the defense, now right side, passing it to Martin. Into the right corner to David Twos. Twos will kick it back out high into the hands of Culver at the top of the key. Culver dribbles left-hand side, fakes a pass. Now he'll go to the left angle to McGraw. Back out high to Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles towards the basket. Little fall away from 10. Off the iron, won't go. And the rebound's brought down by Prairie du Chien's Michael Waller. Quickly into the forecourt, gives the ball to Timothy Stevens. Bounce feed inside, and underneath there's a shot taken, partially blocked by Martin. That's 2 blocks for Martin here in the early going. And still 3-0 lead for the Dodgers. Here's a long jumper on the way by Twos. That won't go, and the rebound into the hands of the Blackhawks. As it'll be Waller with the ball, he'll give it into the hands of Keeney. Tyler Keeney will walk it into the forecourt. Prairie du Chien may want to take the air out of the ball a little bit and slow things down and to get a pace that's more to their liking here this evening. Here's a pass underneath, and just off the fingertips. A little too strong in the pass, and Tyler Keeney couldn't control it for Prairie du Chien, and so the Dodgers will take over from underneath the basket as the ball inbounded to Josh Culver. Culver being played there defensively by Keeney all the way, and he'll kick it off to Reynolds. He'll bring it into the forecourt. Reynolds passing it right wing side to McGraw. McGraw now goes right baseline all the way, stops, now kicks it back. Here's Twos from 10 on the glass and good. So Twos with his first deuce, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Dodgers. 5:50 remaining here in this first quarter. Prairie du Chien with the ball as it's Tyler Keeney with the ball out high on the right side. Reynolds on the D. They'll pick it off and get off to Seth O'Brien. Bounce feet underneath, and a shot taken is up and good. As a shot taken by Tyler Keeney puts it in, and there's the first 2 points of the game for Prairie du Chien. 5-2 lead for the Dodgers. Here's the bounce feed to Martin. Goes right baseline, spins, and loses the control of it. Stolen away by Stevens for the Blackhawks. He'll get it back into the hands of Keeney. He'll walk it into forecourt. Tie up momentarily. But now the ball back in control is Steiner. Steiner goes baseline, shovels it back. Here's a 10-footer in the lane, up and good. Shot taken there by Waller. And it's now a 5-4 lead for Dodgeville. So the first 5 points scored by Dodgeville. Here's Reynolds with a 3, no good. And quickly, Stevens with the rebound for Prairie du Chien. Chance to take a lead here for the Blackhawks as they break it into the forecourt. Keeney kicks it back out high on the left wing side to O'Brien. They get it out up to the top of the key into the hands of Stevens. Stevens working around now to the left angle. They get it into the hands of Keeney. Keeney will back out of there and up to Waller. Waller will go towards the lane, puts up a layup, and it's up and good. As Waller with a drive to the lane. He now gives the lead to Prairie du Chien at 6-5, 4:30 left here in the first quarter. Here's a drive over to the basket. Culver takes it all the way down and puts it in. Strong drive by Culver that time, and it's now a 7-6 lead for Dodgeville. 4:15 left here in the first quarter. Into the forecourt comes Keeney. Gets it out high into the hands of O'Brien. O'Brien looking for some cutters. Nobody's open. Now he'll finally give it off to Stevens. Pass underneath, little cutter, and a puck jump shot is good in the lane, and a foul will be called as Steiner puts in the layup. And he gets hacked on the arm on the way in. The basket will be good. And the first foul of the game is going to be called against Dodgeville. And the foul will be called on Josh Culver. And after Culver, first foul obviously. And Chase Steiner at the line to shoot free throws, and he makes the free throw. And substitution coming in here for Prairie du Chien, as it'll be Brian Wachter stepping out on the floor to replace Chase Steiner. 9-7 lead for Prairie du Chien. Just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Pass in the left corner is McGraw. Back out high to Martin. He'll swing it off to Twos. Stops in the lane. He gets bumped, and a blocking foul will be called on Seth O'Brien. So O'Brien picks up the first foul of the game for the Blackhawks. And the ball will be inbounded underneath their own basket. Will the Dodgers do that? As Martin will trigger it off to Reynolds out high in the right angle. Martin gets a right back, right corner jump shot on the way. No good. But a foul is called away from the ball. As Culver was down on the hardwood there, and it looked like a pushing foul, a push-away foul called against Nicholas Pedretti. As Pedretti just checked into the ball game, and he quickly picks up a foul. So the ball stays in possession of the Dodgers. And McGraw off the inbound, puts up a 3, no good. And the rebound brought down by Wachter. Wachter will run it into the forecourt. Stops at the top of the key, and the ball stolen away. Taken there by Martin, lays it up and in. Jeremy Martin on the steal, and he lays it in, and we're tied at 9 with 3:27 remaining here in this first quarter. Into the forecourt comes Prairie du Chien's Tyler Keeney. Pass underneath, and here's a shot taken, blocked partially from behind by Martin. Second try, no good, and Martin gets the rebound. Quickly on the fly, here's Reynolds on the left wing side. Reynolds stops, he'll kick it back high to McGraw. McGraw stops, we'll give it back to Reynolds now in between the circles, dribbles towards the lane, little dump pass, nice feed underneath to McGraw, and he puts in the deuce. And the Dodgers back out on top, 11-9 with 2:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Prairie du Chien with the ball as they bring it into the forecourt, and it's Keeney. Keeney stops out on the right wing side. Pass underneath is stolen away by Reynolds. Reynolds on the fly. Passes it ahead to Twos. Twos kicks it back right side. Underneath all alone is Culver, and he puts it in. And a timeout is called by Prairie du Chien. Good quick ball movement by the Dodgers as they jump it out to a 13-9 lead. It'll be a short timeout. We'll keep it right here. And, of course, high school sports on D99.3, proudly brought to you by IV Construction. When you need crushed stone, gravel, or ag lime for any project, let IV Construction help with your plans. Call them at 987-2967. That's IV Construction of Mineral Point. Next broadcast game coming up on Friday night will be girls action, as we'll be heading down to Iowa Grant as the Mineral Point Pointers girls Varsity will take on Iowa Grant. We'll be on the air at 7:15 Friday night with pregame programming and the game at 7:30 Friday night here on D99.3. So a quick timeout call by Coach Andy Bonasek of Prairie du Chien trying to settle things down. Here's a pass on the left wing side, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Prairie du Chien. Pressure D again, causing the turnover. We talked about it in our pregame with Coach Chuck Tank. That is how this Dodgeville team really gets successful out here. Here's Martin going left baseline, and we got a blocking foul, and that'll be called on Pedretti for the Blackhawks. Third team foul in this first half against Prairie du Chien. So Martin will trigger it in from underneath his own basket, and he'll get it inbounds to Culver. Back to Martin. Long jumper from the corner won't go, and the rebound gets it in the hands of Stevens, and Stevens will swing it out up on the wing to Waller, and he'll set up the offense. Here's Wachter, tries a jump pass, gets it blocked away. Now underneath, there's a shot taken, and now a whistle and a foul will be called. And I believe the reach-in foul will be called on Jeremy Martin. And that'll be his first foul of the game. And the second team foul, but it'll be a shooting foul as Chase Steiner will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. First free throw is short. And substitutes coming in here for the Dodgers. Cody Holbert steps on the floor. He'll be in to replace Kevin McGraw. Also coming back in the game will be Tyler Keeney. That's the next free throw by Steiner is up and good. So Steiner makes one of two, and it's a 13-10 lead for the Dodgers. And a $1:55 left here in the first quarter. Here's a steal in the backcourt by Wachter. Lays it up and in. Nice play by Brian Wachter as he picked it away from Culver. Lays it in. It's now down a 1-point lead. A little bit of a zone press being played here by Prairie du Chien, and Dodgeville having a little trouble with it here, identifying it and breaking it right away. Here's Reynolds going left baseline, kicks it back out to twos. He forces it up, and on the way, he gets hacked on the arm, and a foul called. And I believe it'll be called on Chase Steiner for the Blackhawks. So Steiner picks up his first foul, and that'll be team foul 4 for Prairie du Chien. But at the free throw line goes David Tews, and he'll make the first free throw. He'll be shooting a pair. 3 points so far on the night for Tews. Second one on the way, and it hits the back iron, doesn't go down, and the rebound is brought down by Prairie du Chien with a minute and a half left in the first. Wachter with the dribble, left hand, stops with it, now goes over the high post. Here's a feed left side. Steiner takes a base shot around the rim and falls through. Good ball movement that time by Prairie du Chien, finding the open man. We're tied at 14. Quickly on the transition, Cody Holbert with a shot from the right side. And Dodgeville takes the lead back at 16-14. They just blink and right down court they go. And here's Holbert with a jump shot, and he hits it. And a 2-point lead. Now under a minute left in the first quarter. Lob inside to Wachter. He's got to get out of the lane. He'll kick it back out on the left wing side to O'Brien. Back out high, left wing side, bumped out of bounds, and then we're going to have a foul called, a blocking foul. Will be whistled down against the Dodgers, Carl Reynolds, and it'll be his first foul. And the third team foul. Stepping back in, Timothy Stevens for Prairie du Chien, and now coming out on the floor for the Dodgers will be Jason Rundhog, and he'll be in to replace Carl Reynolds. 47.9 seconds remaining. Here's the lob on the inbound, and it's deflected away by Tews, and it'll be picked up by Rundhog. And the Dodgers on the steal will get the ball back. Now with under 40 seconds left here in the first quarter and a 2-point lead. Right wing pass to Holbert. Again, a 2-1-2 zone being played, and here's Culver. Cross-court pass to Martin, back to Holbert, up at the right angle. Culver gives it in the corner. Here's Rundhog with a three. Good! Jason Rundhog with a tray, and it's a 19-14 lead for the Dodgers, and 16 seconds on the clock, and Prairie du Chien appears to be playing for the final shot. And Stevens will have it high on the right side. He'll swing it out the top of the key to Steiner. Back in the hands of Stevens. Little stutter step, passing it baseline. Here's a shot at the baseline at the 1 second mark. No good. And the rebound to Holbert, and that's the end of 1 quarter of play. 19-14. The lead belongs to Dodgeville. We'll take a 1 minute break. You're listening to High School Sports on D99.3.
Sometimes prices.
D99.3.
Well, 1 quarter in the book, and it's a 19-14 lead for Dodgeville as Prairie du Chien will get the ball to start things here in this second quarter. Steiner with it way out high on the left side. He'll cross-court pass it, and cross-courts are right out of bounds. And the turnover gives it right back to the Dodgers. Twos will quickly inbound it to Culver, as Culver will be played defensively there by Keeney. Culver with the dribble, now being double teamed behind by Steiner. Gets it off the right side. Last touch by McGraw. So a little bit of quick pressure being employed here by Prairie. They kept it one-on-one, and then they double teamed Culver quickly, and his pass to McGraw a little off the fingertips and out of bounds. Here's a ball deflected out of bounds by McGraw. Heads into the crowd. The Dodgeville defense, they will challenge just about every pass the opposition wants to let go with. Here is Stevens with the ball, drives all the way to the basket. Left-hand shot is up, and he's fouled. And a foul will be called on David Tews on the drive. That'll be his first foul. And for the Dodgers, that'll be team foul number 4. Going to the free throw line will be Seth O'Brien. And O'Brien's first free throw is on the way. He hits the front of the rim and bounces 2-3 times, but does not fall through. No good. O'Brien, a senior, 6'3" tall. He played a lot of minutes last year coming off the bench for the Blackhawks. Second free throw is up and good for O'Brien. And it's a 4-point lead for Dodgeville at 19-15. 7:25 left here in the first half as Culver bringing up against the pressure into the forecourt. Culver, right side, he'll head down towards the top. He'll swing it around to Reynolds in the left corner. Reynolds stops, pounce, pass, and a foul's going to be called underneath. And I believe a charging foul going to be called on Reynolds as he rolled over the defender. And a charging foul against Reynolds, and so the ball goes back in possession to Prairie du Chien. So, ready to trigger it in here as they'll give the ball to Chase Steiner. He'll dump it in the hands of Tyler Keeney as Prairie du Chien will slowly, methodically walk it into the forecourt. Dribbling right side with it is Keeney, goes all the way right baseline, now stops, gives it into O'Brien's hand. Little fall-away push shot doesn't go. Rebound fought for underneath, coming up with it, and the fall-away jumper is up and good by Michael Waller. So Waller fought for that ball and got his 6th point of the game. It's 19-17 leaders. Reynolds now getting away from the defense. Culver goes to the basket, puts it up, and no good. And he draws the blocking foul against Michael Waller, his first foul of the game. Good strong move that time by Culver that time. He realized that he had the step and he had the angle, took it strong to the hoop left side. So Josh Culver goes to the free throw circle. He'll shoot a pair. And the first one's up, and it is Honeycomb's out. No good. He'll get another as Nicholas Petretti comes back onto the floor here for Prairie du Chien along with Brian Wachter. 19-17 lead for Dodgeville. As Culver's second free throw on the way, and that's good. So Culver, 1 out of 2, and it's a 5 points for Culver, and 3-point lead for the Dodgers with 6:40 remaining in this first half. Dribbling left side and a whistle. And the official coming over to the scores table there. I think that might have had either the possession arrow or something in the wrong, but he went over the official scorers table to make sure that they were all squared away on it, and they agreed, so here we go. So Prairie du Chien will get it into the forecourt. They walk it in there as it'll be Keeney. Keeney dribbles down left side, stops with it, gives it off on high to Stevens. High post to O'Brien. O'Brien goes left side, now kicks it back out. Here in the lane, shot taken is off and no good. Ball's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Prairie du Chien. A shot taken by Keeney. Just didn't find the bottom of the basket, and so Dodgeville will get it back here as McGraw has it in the backcourt. McGraw gives it off to Martin. Martin will bring it into the forecourt. Martin stops, gives it off to McGraw way out high. Pumps. Here comes a 3. It's there. McGraw faked the 3, drew the defender up in the air, waited for him to clear the area, and then let her fly and hit it. And that's now 8 points for McGraw. And a 6-point lead for the Dodgers. Yep, traveling going to be called. As Brian Wachter that time kind of got caught up with the defense and ended up getting called for the travel. And quickly comes a couple of substitutes into the game as Waller and Steiner come back into the game here for Prairie du Chien. 6-point lead for the Dodgers, 5:48 and counting as Reynolds has the ball in the right angle to Martin. Martin goes all the way down the lane, puts on a right-hand shot, and puts it in. Jeremy Martin with his 4th point. 25-17 lead for the Dodgers. Here at the top of the key. Here's Prairie du Chien working around the right side with Steiner now in the corner. Steiner being ball hawked there by McGraw. Gets away from the defense, kicks it back out high into the hands of Keeney. Keeney goes all the way baseline, but he loses it off his hands and out of bounds. And Seth O'Brien will check back into the game here for the Blackhawks in to replace Nicholas Petretti. 25-17, the lead belongs to Dodgeville. 5:20 left here in this first half. Here's a bounce feed to Reynolds to get it across the timeline. They pass it right side. McGraw for 3. Won't be there, and the ball comes out loose to Wachter. He'll burly it down the floor. Steiner goes baseline. Tough shot. Gets it blocked. And the ball knocked out of bounds, but a foul will be called against Kevin McGraw, and that'll be his first foul as Steiner draws the foul. So Steiner goes to the free throw line. He's got 6 points on the night. And a free throw on the way is good. Gets his 7th point. And it's a 25-18 lead for Dodgeville. 5:05 left here in the first half. Steiner's 2nd is on the way, and that one's good. So the lead is 6 for the Dodgers with 5 minutes remaining in this first half as Martin will bring it into the forecourt. Long-range jumper on the way, off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes out long into the hands of McGraw. All alone underneath. There's Culver with a little buddy, and he puts it in. Culver stayed underneath the basket. All the Prairie du Chien players came out for that rebound, and McGraw saw him all alone underneath, gave him the pass, and he just put in the easy one, 27-19. Here's O'Brien, gets the ball swatted away by Twos, but he gets it back. Now back up on the right wing side. They'll go off to Keeney. Keeney stops at the top of the circle. Now goes right side. Loses the ball on the floor. Picked up by O'Brien. Now stolen by Reynolds. Reynolds on the break. Drives all the way to the basket. Ah! Stolen away by Steiner. And he loses it out of bounds. And his last touch by Dodgeville. Boy, nice play that time by Chase Steiner for Prairie du Chien coming back to catch up to Reynolds and swat the ball away. There's some credit where credit's due there. Steiner that time prevented just an easy layup that time, and with the turnover, Prairie du Chien gets it right back. And the Blackhawks with the ball. Wachter out high on the right side. They'll give it off in this high post to O'Brien. Pass underneath to Steiner. Puts up a little underneath layup. It's good. Steiner with a nice play. 27-21, and quickly comes Culver for the Dodgers. Pass out in the wing. Here's Reynolds all alone for 3. Around the rim won't go. Ball loose, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Dodgers. 3:48 left here in the first half, and a 6-point lead for Dodgeville. And at halftime, we'll have an update on some of the scores from and around the area. John Satterley will be gathering that. We'll have it for you. Here's O'Brien with a pass. Here's Steiner underneath again all alone. Gets a shot blocked. And his last touch out of bounds by Dodgeville's McGraw was out of bounds and came back in and touched the ball. And so Prairie du Chien will trigger it in from underneath their own basket. Deflected away. O'Brien, though, picks it up. Puts up a shot. Draws the foul. And he'll be going to the line to shoot a pair. And a foul going to be called here on Dodgeville, as the foul will be whistled down on David Twos, his 2nd of the game, and Seth O'Brien at the line to shoot a pair. First one's on the way, and it's good. Prairie du Chien bringing in a substitute again as they're bringing Tyler Keeney in to replace Brian Wachter. Coach Andy Banasek around the rim and good for his 2nd free throw for O'Brien, so makes them both. And it's down to a 4-point lead for Dodgeville, 27-23. Prairie du Chien is substituting people quite quickly here, trying to keep fresh legs out there. Here's Reynolds with the ball out high. There's now a 2-1-2 zone being played. Reynolds, left wing side is McGraw from the corner, puts up a shot. It won't go, and there's O'Brien with a rebound for Prairie du Chien, and with 3:05 left, they got another trip down here, trailing by 4. With the ball with the right-hand dribble is Keeney. He gets it stolen away by Reynolds, and here he goes. On the drive, lays it up and in. On the defense, causing the points, and Reynolds gets his first 2 of the night. 29-23, the lead to Dodgeville with 2:45 left. Keeney, bounce passing it to O'Brien on the high post. O'Brien, one dribbles it, now stops. Got to find someone, finally does. Gets it in the hands of Stevens. Stevens trying to get around the D, stops, pump fakes, bounce feeding it to Steiner, goes baseline, tough shot. Off the back iron, no good, and the rebound underneath. Here's a put up again, and underneath it'll fall through by Michael Waller with some strong moves. Gets his 8th point of the night, and it's a 4-point lead as Reynolds' pass is deflected away, and Prairie du Chien on the steal. Waller picks up the loose change. Back comes the Blackhawks. Stevens gets it into forecourt, stops with it, deflected away momentarily. Now it's loose. He'll get it into the hands of O'Brien. Here's Steiner going baseline, lays it up, and in. Steiner finding the baseline, and it's now a 2-point lead, and 1:52 left in the first half. The Prairie du Chien playing some tough, sticky D also. Here's Twos in the lane, puts up the shot, and he draws the foul on the drive. And the foul going to be called. Chase Steiner, that'll be his 2nd foul of the game. 17 fouls. And David Twos will go to the free throw line for the Dodgers. He'll be shooting a pair. 3 points on the night so far for David Twos. 29-27, the lead belongs to Dodgeville as the first free throw is up and good for Twos. And his second one is coming up. As Rundhog will come back on the floor to replace Carl Reynolds, and a couple of substitutions for Prairie du Chien as Wachter steps back onto the floor. As Twos' second free throw is up there and good. Back to a 4-point lead, 31-27, 1:40 remaining here in this first half. As Prairie du Chien's Brian Wachter walks it into the forecourt. Passes the left wing side to Pedretti, back in the game. Wachter being ball hawked there by Rundhog. Wachter kicks it back out to Pedretti. He dragged his pivot foot, but no call. Back they get to Wachter, kicks it out. Now we got a travel call. May have been the makeup for the missed traveling violation by Pedretti prior to that, because Wachter did not appear to really travel that badly, but nonetheless, that's the call. So Dodgeville gets the ball back with a 4-point lead, 31-27. Culver swings it out on the left wing side to McGraw. He'll go baseline, stops, now kick it back out to Culver. Culver out high in the left angle with a minute left here in the first half. Culver stops, kicks it out to Twos, posting up in the lane. He spins around the D, but before the shot, he gets hooked and fouled. And the foul will be called on Nicholas Pedretti. That'll be his 3rd foul. So Pedretti is going to head to the bench as Seth O'Brien will come in to replace him. And at the free throw circle will be David Twos. Twos' first free throw is up there and good. He'll get another. 56.7 seconds remaining here in this first half. 5-point lead has now become a 6-point lead as Twos makes them both. And coming into the game now for the Dodgers will be Tony DeMuth getting his first action in to replace David Twos. He'll get himself a breather for the remainder of this half. 6-point lead for Dodgeville as time ticking down with 50 seconds on the clock. With the dribble is Keeney. Keeney bounce feeding it to O'Brien, left angle. O'Brien looks for the cutters, nobody there. Now goes to top of the key, passes it, is deflected away by Martin. Martin on the steal. He gives it off to Culver. Culver hurries it into forecourt. Being ball hawked by Wachter. Wachter ties it up, and he makes the steal. And Wachter calls a timeout. Well, Wachter showing some good hustle. Came up with a big steal on Culver, and smartly calls the timeout. This will be a short timeout, 30.3 seconds left. We'll keep it here. A reminder that high school sports here on D99.3 proudly brought to you by Dodgeville Chronicle, the Advisor, the Democrat Tribune, and the Pecatonica Valley Leader. Follow your favorite prep teams and athletes in their latest issues. Well, Dodgeville pumped themselves up to about an 8-point lead. And quickly, Prairie du Chien cut it back. And then back up to 6. But Prairie du Chien's hanging around there. They're also playing a very good and smart game. Taking their shots, playing a tough D. And remember, we talked to Coach Chuck Tank, and he said sometimes the team has to maintain their focus. Here's a quick pass to O'Brien. He passes underneath, a little too strong, and out of bounds it goes. They were trying to free up Wachter underneath, but the pass was too high, and it goes out of bounds. And so Dodgeville, on the turnover, will get the ball. They will face a little bit of pressure here in the backcourt. They get it inbounds to Rundhog, who gets it off to McGraw, who'll break it into the forecourt. Off to Martin, back to McGraw. And with 16 seconds on the clock, Culver will set up shop. And he'll set the offense to Martin, back to Culver. Running it down now to 8 seconds on the clock. And Wachter, trying for the steal, gets called for the foul. Brian Wachter, a 5'9" guard. Very quick. Went for the reach in and got called for the foul. And so Josh Culver will go to the free throw line. Culver on the game with 7 points. Looks to make it 8. Hits the iron, won't go. And with 6 seconds left, Prairie du Chien has the ball. They quickly move it down the floor. Here's Keeney. Keeney pumps from 3-point land. It's on the way, off the iron, no good. And that's the end of this first half. Very entertaining. Here on Dodgeville. A blocking foul called here against the Dodgers. And that foul will be whistled down on whom? They're going to say Kevin McGraw gets the foul. That'll be his second foul. Cody Holbert comes into the game. He's in to replace Josh Culver. There's a shot taken right off the inbounds by Walker. No good. Rebound by O'Brien. Doesn't go. Rebound now comes out there, and McGraw has it. McGraw for the Dodgers, swings it on the left wing side to Holbert. Holbert stops with it, top of the key to Reynolds. Reynolds heads towards the basket, and on the way, he is bumped and bodied, and a foul will be called on the Blackhawks. And that foul going to be whistled down here against Prairie du Chien, and that is against Ryan Wachter, his third foul. So Carl Reynolds goes to the line. He does not get the free throw. And the rebound into the hands of Prairie du Chien. 4:50 left. We've been stuck at 57-39 for a while now. As into the forecourt comes Prairie du Chien. Steiner way out high on the right side here for the Blackhawks. Steiner now head towards the top of the key. Will kick the pass back out on the left side to Halpin. Halpin with the dribble. Stops it. Now he's got to find someone to give it to, and he finally does. He gets it off into the hands of Waller. Waller being played there by Twos. He'll drive all the way right baseline to the basket. Puts him a shot. Blocked from behind by Twos. Here in the drive. Here's Holbert on the outlet. Foul! What a pass by Reynolds. But the shot blocked on the way up. Nice block by Halpin for Prairie du Chien. Back comes the Blackhawks. Still haven't gotten off the 57-39 schneid here. Here's a pass off the feet of Halpin out of bounds. Dodgeville's ball. Knox will head to the bench. And also Holbert will head to the bench as the Dodgers will bring back Culver and Martin back onto the floor. 4:04 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 18-point lead for the Dodgers as Culver passing it right wing side to McGraw. Back to Culver at the top. Culver fakes a move, now goes left hand dribble. Kicks it back out to Martin way out high on the left side. Pass on the right side now to McGraw. McGraw with the ball. Running a little clock now as Culver has it. Him and Steiner bump, but there's no foul. McGraw will go baseline. He gets bumped on the way up. And before the shot, a foul will be called against Prairie du Chien. Foul is going to be on Michael Waller, his third foul. And Halpin comes back into the game here for Prairie du Chien and to replace Chase Steiner. So Kevin McGraw at the free throw line. He'll be shooting some free throws. And Wachter now being substituted for as Tyler Keeney comes into the game here for the Blackhawks. Here's McGraw. First free throw off the front iron, no good. And the rebound into the hands of Prairie du Chien as Stevens will feed it back to O'Brien. He gets the ball back. Stevens will go all the way to the basket. Puts up a shot, and on the way, he gets hammered. And the foul going to be called on Kevin McGraw, his third foul. So going to the free throw line will be Timothy Stevens. He's still looking for his first points of the night. Stevens, a senior for Prairie du Chien. And the first free throw is on the way, and that's good. So Stevens will be in the box score tomorrow. 57-40. 17-point lead for the Dodgers. And the second free throw on the way. It's up and good. And Petretti checking back into the game now for Prairie du Chien and replace Waller. Dodgers back in action come Thursday night. They'll be on the road at Lancaster. No radio on that night for D99.3. as Reynolds walks it into the forecourt, off into the hands of Tews. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds will give it back to McGraw. To Culver at the top of the key. Culver being played there by Petretti. Culver fakes going toward the basket. Now he'll back out of there with it. Just running some clock here in this game. Culver heads towards the basket. Now he'll give it up now to McGraw. He'll dribble it down right side. McGraw gets it to Culver with 2:50 remaining here in the ball game. McGraw, this is something that's going to be very important for the Dodgers as this season goes along, when you can run some clock when you have a lead. Here's a pass in the corner to Reynolds for three. That won't go. And Martin picks out the long rebound for the Dodgers, and they'll reset the offense as McGraw has it out high. McGraw to Martin. Back to McGraw. 2:27 and counting. McGraw with it. Goes left side with it. Now backs out of there as the Dodgers very content here to take their time, and we'll have a blocking foul called as Nicholas Petretti will pick up his fourth foul of the game as he bumped McGraw heading towards the basket, and there'll be free throws here. There'll be super bonus and 2 free throws on the way here for McGraw. Kevin McGraw of the night, 13 points for him. Looking to add to that total, and he does. He makes the first free throw. And substitutes coming in here now as Matthew Elsinger steps on the floor for Prairie du Chien and others. As Coach Banasek trying to get everybody some time here tonight for Prairie du Chien. Second free throw is up and good for McGraw. He makes them both. 15 points in the night, 59-41 lead for the Dodgers, and 2:14 remaining in his game as Wachter up against Reynolds, and a reach-in foul from behind going to be called against Carl Reynolds. That'll be his fourth foul of the game. And Prairie du Chien will have Brian Wachter going to the line to shoot some free throws. As we talked to Coach Chuck Tank in the pregame, that the defense says the free throw no good, and the rebound tie up, and the possession arrow in favor of Dodgeville. But as we talked in the pregame show about the pressure defense and the way to turn defense into offense by turnovers or steals, that's been a key to this team's success. Reynolds pass out on the break a little too hard and wide of the mark, so the turnover gives it right back to Prairie du Chien. Elsinger gives it off to Wachter. Under 2 minutes now left here in the ball game. Dodgeville pretty much got this salted away here. Here's the ball stolen away. Here comes Tews with a drive, lays it up and in. Tews with a steal, gets his 11th point of the game, 61-41. Minute 40 left. Here's another steal. On the fly, Culver. He gets the ball picked by him by O'Brien. Back into the backcourt. McGraw will pick it up loose. He gets it off to Culver. Pass off to Martin. Nice feed! Culver to Martin for the deuce. Little look-away pass. 22-point lead for the Dodgers. Here out in the shovel underneath. Here's a shot taken and a block. Knocked out of bounds by Dodgeville. And a foul going to be called here against Dodgeville. And that foul will be called against David Tews, his fourth foul. And Coach Chuck Tanker's got the whole bench ready to check in, but they got to wait for the free throws here. As the first free throw up and good by Matthew Elsinger. And all 5 starters for the Dodgers are coming off. To the roar of the crowd here at Dodgeville. As Holberts, Rundhog, Knox into the game. And second free throw no good. And here's on the rebound. A shot is put up and good by Matthew Elsinger. So he picks up 3 points in that exchange, 63-44. Quickly into the forecourt. With it on the right angle is DeMuth. DeMuth to Holbert at the top of the key. Under a minute left here in the ball game. Pass underneath is deflected away and stolen. Back comes Prairie du Chien, and the pass on the left wing side is put up and good by Wachter. So it's 63-46. Holbert gets it back into the forecourt. Top of the key, they swing it down the left side underneath Demuth. Here in the lane, here's Knox with a shot, and he hits it. Brandon Knox gets his name in the papers. He nails it too. 65-46, 27 seconds on the clock. Here's the dribble. Here's Waller from 10. Doesn't go. And Demuth with the rebound. And quickly, here comes Rundhog. Rundhog on the dribble. He goes along the left sidelines. Here's Holbert for a jump shot. Off the front iron, no good. 10 seconds left. Waller will bring it into forecourt. And the Dodgers are going to have themselves another victory, as Waller will kick it back out high to Wachter from long range. Doesn't get it to go. And that's the end of the ball game. Final score, Dodgers 65, Prairie du Chien 46. We'll take our final timeout, final commercial timeout, and be back with the scoring